What is going on YouTube? Hannah back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500 if we have time. So guys, in today's video, we are going to be talking about where we left off yesterday, which was actually a pretty crucial support and day for cryptocurrency as a whole. As you guys know, for the past couple of weeks now, we've been tracking some major falling wedge patterns on pretty much every cryptocurrency, at least the top three for what we talk about today. And you can see we've been in these falling wedge patterns and have been trying to find the bottom for quite some time now, and we figured that the consolidation would eventually lead us to retest moving averages as well as the bottom support here and then break us bullish. But if we decided to break out earlier, that was totally fine too. So there are some interesting patterns forming on Bitcoin here and these other cryptocurrencies like XRP and Ethereum that I do want to talk about with you guys today, as you might actually be surprised about what you see here. But otherwise, we have started to break through these top resistances, and as of yesterday, we did close the daily charts above our falling wedge patterns here, which is definitely a good sign for a potential rally and continuation pattern to the upside that we do have to talk about today. Otherwise, guys, if you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's jump into today's video. So guys, as you can see, I'm on the current coin market cap. Markets are not exploding to the upside. We're not seeing double digits as we have in the past, but you guys can see most of the cryptocurrencies are either consolidating or ever so slightly up here, which really isn't a bad thing. I guess the main thing we have to look at is some of these cryptocurrencies. I really want to talk about Bitcoin later on because there is another developing pattern on the hourly that will basically give us another boost to the upside if we do decide to break bullish, which we'll talk about later on. But as you guys can see, in regards to XRP and the way these cryptos have closed, we discussed yesterday that if we saw the candle actually break us through some of these resistances here, we would be buying in with anticipation of leveraging to the upside here, obviously creating stop losses a little bit lower than we had originally bought into here. But as you guys can see, we did do just that. You know, we're at an interesting standpoint here. We didn't get no massive explosion to the upside here that a lot of people were expecting to see. We were in some kind of rocky area, and I agree and I understand, because we are kind of breaking out earlier than we had anticipated. At least that's what I've thought going into some of these cryptos here. Most of these cryptos, we were anticipating corrections back down to either bottom support, retesting point C on XRP, hitting maybe 83 cents, you know, more consolidation, then seeing the breakout. But we're starting to actually break through some of these falling wedges right now and yesterday earlier than we had anticipated. Same thing with Ethereum. Instead of breaking out earlier like we're seeing right now, which is actually a fluke, because we haven't seen it really at any point here on any of these other falling wedge patterns, we're actually starting to break out at a much more significant rate than these other cryptocurrencies, and hence why we've bought in, since we closed much higher than some of these prior resistances. We're actually having what appears to be a double top formation, so it's quite interesting. We are looking for a breach to head up even higher, as there's plenty of room to do so on the daily charts here. Regardless, we thought maybe we'd see more consolidation, retest our uptrends, then see the break to the upside here, but it seems like we're doing it earlier than expected, which is fine. We've still bought in and obviously put stop loss back down to bottom support in case we decided to reverse. But regardless, I do believe that we are still going to be heading up, whether or not we buy in here at this small little opportunity right now in case we break out earlier now, or whether we fall down, retest here, and then break out. I don't think it matters really either way that you buy in or each price level that you buy in, because we both have pretty much a trajectory to the upside here. So I'm not worried as to which time we do decide to buy in, whether it's earlier or whether it's at the bottom and we do correct back down here. I still believe that we are going to be heading up even higher. So moving on to XRP, since we've confirmed breaking here through the falling wedge pattern here, I still believe that we are going to be setting a target at D. Whether or not we break to target D here or whether we correct lower and then break to target D is where we're headed for right now. It's quite interesting to see that we've actually broken through the downtrend here. I'm quite surprised. This started early November 9th actually, and it's December 1st, and for the first time we actually broke through the downtrend here and are starting to get some volume to the upside here. So I do believe slowly but but surely we are going to be heading up. I think we are seeing a little bit of consolidation right now, but I do believe this trend is going to be heading up higher. I think it all factors into how Bitcoin currently is trading right now. So you guys can see on Bitcoin, for the most part, we are seeing the third falling wedge pattern, how consistently we've been consolidating inside these falling wedges, retest bottom support, break bullish, consolidate down, retest bottom support, break bullish. We're looking for that third move here. You can see the last breakout that we had, we actually retested the moving average here and the bottom uptrend and support level, and then broke to the upside here. Well, when we flash forward to what's happening right now, you can see we actually came into contact with the moving average once, consolidated, and didn't actually retest all the way down here below the moving average like we did earlier, but we actually bounced off there, and we're actually starting to see prices head up higher. So the early breakout is a little concerning. I'm not too worried though. We did buy into these cryptos, and we're going to be holding on to them whether they hit bottom support and break bullish or whether they start to head up right now. I'm not worried, but stop losses are all set closer to this uptrend right here in case we dip lower than that. But something that I wanted to show you is we are starting to battle the the middle of the Bollinger Bands here, and I found it quite interesting. So I actually zoomed into the hourly, which I find out is forming another pattern here, more of a symmetrical triangle. And as you guys can see, check this out here. So much closer, much more zoomed in on the hourly charts here. You can see there is a clear downtrend being discovered, or a clear downtrend is currently here. And then there is an uptrend that we do have to kind of draw in here. So you can see the consolidation that's forming right now. We're forming some sort of maybe pennant flag formation here, some sort of symmetrical triangle, whatever you want to call it here. But there is this formation happening. There is consolidation. This ends probably the morning tomorrow, but regardless, there is some consolidation that's happening here, lowering ourselves. You can see the sideways movement that's happening, and this is probably going to be breaking bullish too because we're retesting the moving average. Regardless of the direction that we break to, we can take clearly the mouth of the opening here and then apply it to the breakout point here. This would easily set us up to 60K, a retest to 60K if we break bullish, and obviously a correction back to the downside here, back to 54,000 if we break bearish. Obviously setting up the possibilities is there. If you guys are short-term scalpers, wait for this to consolidate, then consider buying in once confirmed a breach above or below the support resistances. So this is good though, but ultimately taking a step back with this consolidation here, if we do decide to break bullish, it will ultimately confirm even more so that the falling wedge pattern has been broken and that we are going to be heading continuously back up. That is kind of where I believe that we're going to be headed. That's why I did take the chance and I did buy in just in case we decided to reverse up. And I do believe we'll be heading up to way higher than all-time highs here, and we'll probably be setting newer ones as we do decide to breach the market and head up higher here. Now, this pretty much forms with most of these cryptocurrencies here. Ethereum was the main culprit to the consolidation and breakout here. We broke through the falling wedge with a lot of aggression, actually, are currently retesting top resistance levels as expected here, but I do believe we might see some more consolidation, whether we consolidate back down to support and then break bullish or just take off right now. I think we are headed in the right direction, and that's a good thing. That's why we've bought into most of these cryptocurrencies here. Even with XRP is starting to show signs of a reversal here. And you can also see we have bounced off bottom support in the past here, which is also another signal that we might have bottomed out currently and have already started to reverse to the upside here. It's really hit or miss. We'll see how exactly these markets trend. It's at this point, we can't really extend this outwards as it's not really going to make sense with the way these downtrends are forming here. I mean, it is slightly possible, but this resistance seems to be more of the culprit that we're dealing with here. Regardless, buy-ins are in. What do you guys think? Are we going to be heading up higher? Are we going to be correcting lower? It's quite interesting the way these cryptocurrencies are forming. Ethereum, early breakout. We have XRP, early breakout. Bitcoin has a slight early breakout right now, starting to head above its falling wedge pattern here. And the hourly charts are very, very, very interesting. We have to keep a very close eye on this, as this will basically confirm once again the direction that these markets want to move to. So more consolidation is going to take place. Hopefully it's a bullish break, as we are using the moving averages as a means of support. And we have flipped bullish on this hourly moving average here. So there is a much, much, much higher chance that we break bullish rather than correct lower. But we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think. This is also a very good trade once we fill in this gap here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Otherwise, moving on to the S&P 500, which has literally just been correcting lower and lower as expected here. You can see right now we are seeing a big drop. This was expected. I've been calling this. I've been waiting for the correction and the dip to happen, as we've been overbought quite some time now. November 5th, we were overbought, even retesting top resistance November 19th. It was expected that this this is a little too high for the markets right now, and a healthy recovery was expected and anticipated. And you guys can see that's exactly what's starting to happen now. It's interesting because this was called because of the fact that we've had resistances in the past where once we retest overbought here, you can see it usually ends in a dip. And then we consolidate and break highs, we consolidate in a dip again, and then we head even higher up. So regardless if we head all the way to the downside here or whether we stay at this point right now, I do believe that this is healthy and this is necessary for us to head even higher. I do believe this might be the lowest we go, or in this range here. You can see usually corrections reverse this back down to about 44 to 50 on the RSI, and then we'll probably see some swings back to the upside here. Regardless, rock bottom support is at this level, which I don't think we're going to be breaking through. Even if we do retest this next wave that's going to come is going to be much bigger than where we currently are. So get ready for that. Otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.